Have you ever thought of embarking on a new journey but didn't do that because you were scared? Like starting a new gig or a side hustle, or taking the plunge and leaving your job and doing something that you were really passionate about and you didn't follow through because you were scared? Well, early on in my career and in my life, the choices that I made were dictated by fear. What will happen if this all doesn't work out? What will people say? What will my family say? If I didn't have the courage to do things despite of being scared, I would not be inspiring thousands of people around the globe to discover, visualize, and actualize their success. I would not have moved countries, would not have written a best selling book, and would not have manifested millions. Fear holds us back from reaching our full potential. Jeff Bezos once famously said, when you think about the things that you will regret when you are in your 80s, they will almost always be the things that you did not do. Be scared and do it anyways is my mantra. And in today's video, I will share with you the framework that I use every time when I had to make a decision on how to move forward despite being scared. The fear of trying something new is called neophobia. And one of the reasons why people fear trying something new is because it's uncomfortable, it's unfamiliar, it's stepping outside your comfort zone. We fear what we don't know, and the fear of unknown stops us from moving forward. The important thing to realize about fear is that it serves a purpose. There's a reason why fear exists. It protects us from potential harm. So to an extent, it's normal and even beneficial to be afraid of the new and unfamiliar. So if you can address the uncertainty and prepare a risk mitigation plan, you can actually address fear. So this framework that I always use has 5 steps. And the first step is defining. It's defining what you want to do, putting it down on paper. For example, suppose if you want to start a side hustle, maybe a YouTube channel to share your insights with the broader YouTube audience, or you want to invest in property as another source of income, just write it down. And I'd advise using a notebook and a pen for this exercise. The reason being that when you write things down, when you physically write things down, your brain perceives the message with so much more seriousness, and you want that because you're making a life-changing decision. The next step is to write down the best case scenario. What will happen if your new endeavor takes off? List down all tangible and intangible benefits of you succeeding. So if it's a YouTube channel, you might have multiple sources of income through the YouTube channel, through sponsorships, through speaking engagements, and all that good stuff. So those are the tangible benefits. What are the intangible benefits? You feel immense joy by sharing your knowledge with your audience. That's the intangible benefit. It might boost your confidence. It will force you to learn new things. And all these intangible benefits will not only help you grow as an individual, but might also open up new opportunities of additional income or other tangible benefits. So write those all down. After you list the benefits, list down all the risks. The biggest risk for me when I started my YouTube channel was, what will people say? How will my friends react? How will my family react? What will my co-workers say? What would my leaders say if they found out that I had a YouTube channel? Now, I was already delivering keynotes and had an Amazon bestseller before I started my YouTube channel. So I was very comfortable being in front of a large audience or being in front of the camera. My biggest fear was, how would people who know react to me opening a YouTube channel and being a content creator in a social media space? Another fear was that, what if I wasn't consistent with my channel given the amount of travel that I had to do? So once you list down all your risks, the next step is to do the risk mitigation. And this is the part about how would you handle the situation, or what's your backup plan if any of your risks materializes. So for me, I decided that I will set realistic expectations on consistency with my audience, and I'll be okay with that. I would not be trapped in guilt if I could not upload a video one week. If I felt that my team or co-workers' comments started affecting me, I will take a break from YouTube. easy and simple. Now, if you are doing this exercise for buying an investment property, your risk would be higher. What happens if you're not able to rent it out immediately, or if your property requires repairs? You might need to put together contingencies fund for it. You might have to think about the mitigation plan differently so that you have some backup until you can rent out the property, or if you want to do repairs in it. So that goes in your risk mitigation plan. And then the last step is listing down the cost of doing nothing, the cost of not making any changes, the cost of living in a status quo situation. What will your life look like in 10 years down the line or 20 years down the line if you did give in to your fears and did nothing? Now, this is an eye-opening step, because this is where I realized that I didn't want to die just working for a big company. I wanted to empower leaders. I wanted to give back to the community. I am a multifaceted individual and I want to explore all my skills before I leave this planet. I didn't want to live a life of regrets. I wanted to have multiple streams of income. I live in the Silicon Valley where layoffs are an everyday thing, and I didn't want the fear of losing my job looming over me every year. If you think that this framework will just help you see the picture better, you're mistaken. This framework will actually help you overcome fear. Either you will realize that the risks are too big and you need to do more research before you can take that risk, or you will realize that you're ready to take the risk and move forward. Now, oftentimes I'll tell you this, the fear, when it sits in our heads and in our hearts, it's much bigger than when we bring it down on paper. So it's bigger in imagination and smaller in reality. When you write it all down using this framework, you might realize that everything that you have listed in the risks is normally manageable, and you can manage it all, and you're ready to move forward despite being scared and having that fear. In my experience, the cost of not taking a risk because you're scared is often so much more than taking a risk even if you're not successful at it. Because even when you're not successful, trying out new things help you realize your potential, your skills. It helps you build your network and opens up doors to many more opportunities. Imagine if you did listen to that small voice in your head and start that side hustle or pursue a passion and it becomes successful. You'll wake up doing something that you love every single day. You'll have flexibility. You'll no longer be reliant on a job to keep you safe and secure in materialistic ways. I've done this exercise many times, including when I made the move from India to the US, when I decided on a non-linear career path, and when I decided to write a book. This framework has helped me make decisions and take calculated risks and overcome fear. Let me know if you decide to give this framework a try when you make your next decision and when you are scared. I'm curious to see how this framework works out for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and hit on the notification icon so that you can get access to my videos as soon as they are released. Have a successful week. Bye-bye.